Well, good morning, everybody. It's time for Morning Manna, and we said we were going to be dealing with the whole subject of decision. So this morning is decide to forgive. Decide to forgive. We want to greet a few people, and then we're going to jump right into the word on this morning. Good morning, Erica. How are you on this morning? What a wonderful morning it is, man. I got a word for you all on this morning. It's just kind of deep in my spirit about decision making. Good morning, Yvonne. How are you? Good morning, Shajia. How are you? Good morning, Gloria. How are you? Angela, how are you? Shajia, don't worry, man. I got you. Don't worry. Don't worry. I got you. I haven't forgotten about you. Good morning, Carolyn. How are you? How is everything down in the state of Texas? How's everything down there? Let us know. Shoot us an email and kind of keep us up to date. Good morning, Verena. How are you on this morning? Good morning, Anitra. How are you on this morning? Good morning, Betty. Grand morning to you. Got a word for you on this morning. You already know what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the text to talk, the takeaway. You got to share the word. Don't keep it to yourself. Do a watch party, share the manna. Don't keep the manna to yourself. This week, in particular, today and yesterday, dealing with decisions. And that's really what I want to just deal with that decisions. May not go the whole week, but right now, because I know I'm going to minister on that on this coming Sunday. You can't miss it. What difference does it make? That's the topic. And that's the what I'm going to teach. But this morning, decide to forgive. Decide to forgive. One of the most difficult things that I have found with many in the body of Christ is to forgive. Now, for me personally, it comes easy, but for many, it does not, especially when it is hurt that is repeated. How do you do that? How do you move past that? Going to give you the text to talk, the takeaway, 5 minutes or less. Let's get into the word. The text is this Matthew 18:21 and following. Now, put your comments in the chat area so others can grab what we're about to give you this revelation. It's Peter talking. He has heard Jesus' conversation and he wants to know, how do you carry that out? Then Peter came up and said to him, Lord, how many times should I forgive somebody? How many? You've never asked yourself that question? How many times should I be vulnerable? How many times should I subject myself to this? How many times? You already know Jesus' answer. Jesus says 7 times 70, continuously and completely. Peter wasn't ready to hear that, and most of us aren't either. So let me help you grab a hold of the revelation of that text, because you got to look at everything else with respect to forgiveness. The first thing is this: when you do not forgive, understand you are sitting in the seat of God. Remember that. When you fail to forgive, irrespective of the number of times, you sit yourself in the seat of God. What do you mean by that? The core of our relationship with God and the core of who God is forgiveness. It belongs to Him. When you withhold forgiveness, you're saying, I'm God. You set yourself in a prideful position. In other words, I know better than the very core fundamentals of the faith. So I sit in the seat of God. Dangerous place to put yourself. Ask Adam and Eve how they felt when they said, I think we're going to be like God. And God kicked them out of the Garden of Eden. The second thing is this: you set yourself up for perfection. You set yourself up for perfection. When you withhold forgiveness, you're simply saying the mote in your eye is far greater than the beam in my own eye, that God gives me forgiveness. So I have to get out of the seat. I have to No longer set myself up for perfection. And here's the third thing. You put yourself in the prison of the past. You put yourself in the prison of the past. You lock yourself in. You cannot move forward because you're determined to try to redo the past. What's your takeaway? Here is the ultimate revelation. Unforgiveness is a decision to try to change the past. So you have to decide to forgive. It's not a feeling, it's a decision. Unforgiveness is a decision to try to change the past. So therefore, you have to decide to forgive because forgiveness is not a feeling, it's a decision. The Lord be with you today. His face shine upon you, give you peace. Share the manna. If it blesses you, bless somebody else. Don't keep it to yourself. I'll see you tomorrow morning with more morning manna. God bless you. Bye now.